Hi, today I'm going to talk about Mathos core library interpreter based on Ruby. I'm going to use the latest release that is available on mathos.codeplex.com. So it's the latest release at this point. I'm not going to debug it, I have it here in the folder, and I'm going to publish a link below this video so that you can try this out as well. But what you have to open the executable file, so the application file, and you'll get two windows. Well, the main window is this one here, and of course this is the one that's going to be used for variables and other things. So that's the data window, but we're not going to talk about it today that much. I would like to focus on the abilities that the combination of Ruby together with Mathos core library gives you as a both developer and as a non-programmer, or at least a person who is getting started with programming. So the point of this interpreter or the project is to allow users to use a high-level language, in this case Ruby, to be able to use the computational power of Mathos core library. And of course, what the aim is also to add some additional features to make this even easier. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is the way this integrated development environment is different from other versions of Ruby interpreters. And the first thing here is that it has some customizations. So there are some more functions added to this to make it a bit adjusted to Mathos core library. And of course you get access to the Mathos core library as well. So let's now try out and see what we can do using this interpreter. So in order to put something onto the screen, we write put, or we can also write print. This is something that you might be familiar with already. But let's use the puts and try out how we can integrate a function. So a definite integral. So what I would have to type is int, and then I type the function I want to integrate. In this case 3x, and then the lower limit, or the lower boundaries and the upper boundary. So from 0 to 5, or maybe to 3, doesn't matter. And then I press F5, or of course you can press run as well, and we get the result 13.5. Of course, this is a feature available in Mathos core library, but as you can see, the adjustment here is that you can access the integral feature just by typing int, so a shortcut for integral. And as you can see here, this is a combination of both the Mathos core library and Mathos parser, and the role of the Mathos parser here is to parse this expression here, which we have here. And in future this is going to be even more adjusted, and we'll see what we can do to make it even more optimized, but at this point the solution is to use the Mathos parser. If you want to get even faster results, you could type a lambda expression, well, in this case you would have to type 3 and then times x, and then you would need to say press F5 or run, and we get the same result. So that's the integral function. There are also other functions like save and load. These are kind of new functions, and I can show you how it works. So let's imagine we have a variable or anything, any object that we've created during this session. So I could probably say we can create an object called person, and inside that object we type, so the name should be Paul, and then we can type age 19, and well, we can type anything we like here. I'm just going to restrict myself to these two parameters. Now, well, if we just want to find what the name is of that person, we would type name. Oh wait, sorry. What have I done wrong? Oh yes, of course. Let's see if this works. There are some. Oh yes, I'm a bit used to C sharp, and so here's what we do. Now, if we type puts person, and then we type the H, we want to get the H. We get 19, and of course we can do the same with name. But now, I mean, when we close this session, we would like to get this object again. So what I can do is that I can say that I want to person.save, and then I call it something. Person object. I'm just going to copy this. Let's see, did we copy? Yes, we copy the object. And I'm going to execute this. Done. So now it's being executed. Now what I can do is that I can close, and I can go into the Ruby int again, and I can launch the application. And what I can do then is that I can create a new object. We can call it A if you like. And we'll say load, and we type the object we want to load. Now what we can do is we can then write onto the screen what this object contains. So what's the H? And we get 19. And it's a cool feature because you can have other objects as well. And this was just an example. You could write a string into your disk and use the information later. And I think that it's a good feature for those who like to perform calculations in different sessions. So if you'd like to do some calculations, you save the result you get, then you can access the result again, and so on and so forth, which is a really cool thing, I think. Under the hood, what we are doing, we are saving the object into a data file, which is available in the data folder, and the information is then stored there, and we can see it's in binary. So that's one of the coolest things. Now, to finish this off, I'd like to demonstrate a third thing, and that is the ability to access features available in Mathos core library. And we can actually get some of the examples here from the official page for this project. And I'm just going to copy all of this into this. So this is I'm creating a new instance of the dice simulator. I'm saying that I want to have 3 dice here, and then what I do here is that I want to roll the dice 2 times, and different times I will get different results. So the first time I got so if we just remove these ones, if I execute this, so I'm basically rolling the second dice, and I can do this several times, and you can, with the ability it gives you is to just, you can experiment with different outcomes and see, calculate probabilities and so on. And there are other stuff like sum of dice roll and max dice roll, difference in dice roll, and so on. So that's kind of, you see the simple integration. And here, you don't need to, you just say that dice should be equal to a new instance of this object, and it's all done for you, which is a neat thing in Iron Ruby. And if I'm right, I think it should work if you just type 2. You don't need to have these brackets here. It's optional, and I can do this here. I hope. Yes, that was possible. So you can see it's so neat, and it's so good that you don't need to type that much to get so much done. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you found this an interesting project, and I think you will be amazed with the new features that are going to be added to this project. And if you'd like to join this project, please feel free to do so, because this is an open community, anyone can join. If you'd like to join Mathos project, you can simply go to mathos.coplex.com and press, you should be able to see a join us section here, and you should be able to, if you are a registered Coplex user, you should be able to send a request. or if you like, you can simply contact us by the contact information that's provided below. And one more thing I'd like to note, to emphasize before we end, is that since there, I mean, you can see there are some examples, but not all of them are here. So if you want to see an experiment how iRuby can talk to the Mathos core library, you can open the API documentation available here. So you see the API documentation, and you can select different modules, and you can, so for some for physics, physical calculations, and so on, and you can try and experiment how this is going to work in this interpreter. Thank you very much again. Hope you will have a great time testing this out, and please subscribe, or even, I think you can, yeah, if you like, you can also follow our project on Codeplex, or you can also check out our Facebook page, and I'll also put a link below this video so that you can do that as well. Thank you very much, and have a great day.